Today, we are going to analyze Jung Kook from BTS again, probably the second voice I prefer the most in the group. His and these are my favorites. He will be performing the song Hate You, which talks about mixed emotions after the end of the relationship, where the person has this feeling of hate, an illusory hate, because despite the anger about the breakup, they still love that person, so they are confused about it. Let's see how Jungkook delivers the interpretation of this melody for us.
I wish you went behind my back and told me lies and stuff like that.
Beautiful, with low volume at this beginning, already showing sad reflection, using whisper voice, adding briefness, which is a technique that brings this feeling of nostalgia, tenderness, sadness, vibratos at phrasey endings, medium oscillation vibratos, very balanced, singing very well, showing the mood of the music at the beginning.
I wish you kissed someone I know and did the unforgivable. Maybe hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt.
His low notes are very good. Despite the very low volume, which isn't just because the melody requires him to sing this way with low volume, but because he is actually in his floor note, one of his lowest notes. Despite that, this note is well projected, well rounded. He's doing it with great quality, maintaining vibratos at phrasey endings, and in some notes he does very accentuated whisper, where only air is emitted in the syllable. He barely emits any sound in the syllable in its note.
So I'm gonna hate you, I'm gonna hate you. Pay you like the villain that you never were. I'm gonna blame you for things that you don't do. Hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt. We weren't perfect, but we came close. Until I put all of our pain under the microscope.
His English enunciation is really very good. Each syllable is actually very clear. For Oriental voices, sometimes they might pull back their voice a bit, leaving it in the glots when doing such long enunciation, but that doesn't happen with him. He put his hand behind, most likely to adjust the microphone. He had some issue, maybe with his monitor or with the microphone itself, when the playback vocals came in.
I still can't face it. I'm still in love, what it's worth. Maybe hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt. So I'm gonna hate you, I'm gonna hate you. Pay you like the villain that you never were.
Very good. Now it's clear that he really had some issue with the microphone. Maybe they told him through his earpiece to adjust something. He is completely live, but in this part, I believe it's the chorus, but in this choir, you can clearly notice when he comes in together with the playback. You can hear his falsetto voice very clearly, which is very well executed. He does falsetto live very well. In his falsetto, he also maintains the semi-resonance characteristic, that he presses both in low notes, mid notes, and also high notes with mixed voice and head voice, or in belting too, which is very characteristic of him, executing perfectly as always.
Gonna play
again, like I always get confused because he has a very high pitched voice, just like Jimin, Chu, and Jin. Sometimes it's hard to tell if he is in falsetto or at the extreme end of his head voice. The chorus is very full, so it's a bit hard to identify too. Jazz voice, long, beautiful vibrato, a climax. It's a long phrase, and when he went up to the highest note, he did it entirely with vibrato, and it's an emotional explosion, sadness and agony that comes out at this moment.
It's not the truth, it's not the cure. Hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt.
Very good. It's a short song, but that really expresses, in a somewhat painful way, this idea of great suffering because of a breakup. It's a somewhat heavier song, and he made this contrast well within the interpretation with the lower register, with briefness, with low volume, indicating this vulnerability, this emotional pain. And then in the high notes comes that chorus, really exploding emotionally, letting out what was being ruminated one before. So very well told out here, Jungkook's interpretation, very well executed, despite being a melody that's somewhat simpler and shorter. So, if you liked this analysis, leave your comment below and your like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, consider financial support below in the first pinned comment with the PayPal link, or through the Super Thanks button. Alright, see you.